Good afternoon, guys. Good afternoon. Once again, welcome to South Africa Lately, a channel that discusses South African trending news. We do, however, grab here and there from international news. When it is trending enough to be brought here, please do understand that I'm not a politician. I do not have deep knowledge in politics. However, I am a South African citizen who is also a voter, and I do believe that my views count when it comes to political affairs of this beautiful country. And my sincere apologies to the people that prefer me to be on camera all the time when I'm presenting a video to you guys. I acknowledge that. I acknowledge those comments that say so. I promise I'll try my best. Just that sometimes I don't get to be on camera the way I would like to. This is one of those days and I'm super exhausted, and you get to experience my voice in different forms. I have a very big voice of the morning. I have a smoother voice of during the day when my voice has finally joined the living and woken up, and also I have the exhausted voice, the one that you hear just now. Anyway, guys, I want us to look at how President Cyril Ramaphosa deserves our support regardless of the political party that you belong to. This is a super challenging time for South Africa, and to be the president of South Africa at such a time is super challenging. Let's just discard which political parties we belong to. Let us discard what the political views of our own parties. At this moment, we need to rally behind President Cyril Ramaphosa, because according to me, he is one president that has faced the most difficult times from when he first took the reins right way back. It is true that President Cyril Ramaphosa belongs to the ANC, and we all complain about the corruption that was being pushed by ANC leaders. We are all aware of that. And I looked at President Cyril Ramaphosa. I was like, he is the man that is trying. According to me, you are allowed to disagree with me in the comment section. I changed the lens that I was using to look at President Cyril Ramaphosa, and I see a man that is trying all possible means to lead this country and change the things that are supposed to be changed. Am I agreeing with everything that is happening that he's trying to implement? Yeah, there's somewhere I don't agree with him at all, but this is the time to rally behind President Cyril Ramaphosa. And when I say so, I'm not talking about black people that are supposed to rally behind President Cyril Ramaphosa. All South Africans that love South Africa, we need to rally behind our president right now. And I'm talking to all these quote-unquote black parties that are calling for black unity. It's time that we unite under President Cyril Ramaphosa and support the man. Because whether you belong to a different political party that is not the ANC, the fact is President Cyril Ramaphosa is the president of everyone in this country. That's one. So I just want us to look at how easy the other president have had it as compared to President Cyril Ramaphosa. There is no president that has been challenged like President Cyril Ramaphosa since 1994. When President Nelson Mandela became the president of this country, everyone was aware that it's time for change because the environment was change ready. It is unfortunate that some things were left unattended to over so many years, over 30 years, up to a level that the people now that are saying they are being persecuted in South Africa became comfortable with what was wrong and with what was supposed to change and was never changed. So when President Nelson Mandela became the president of this country, he had the support of the ANC. He had the support of the majority of the black people. He was respected by all races in South Africa. That's why I'm saying he sort of kind of had it easier. And also, when people were voting in 1994, black people and the people of color were looking for a president that looks like them. A president that represented change, that okay, now we are not going to be treated the same way that we're being treated by white people. You see, so now it became something for everyone. He became a president for everyone. He didn't get to experience the challenges that now President Cyril Ramaphosa is facing. Even, I remember it was, when was it? When it was announced that South Africa will be hosting the World Cup. I remember I was in Eastgate, the shopping mall there. I was in Eastgate. Everyone was standing still listening to President Nelson Mandela, watching TV. Watching the screens in the shops in the mall. Because everyone had this thing for Nelson Mandela. We just wanted to hear what he's about to say. Anytime he opens his mouth, everyone wanted to hear. He became like that for so many years until he left. So that was the leader that was respected and loved by many South Africans because he was the first black president. Number two, he was just supported as well by the ANC. So there was not much challenges around him within the country. Because we might look at, when you use a different lens to look at President Cyril Ramaphosa, the challenges that he is facing are way bigger than any other president that he has faced, because they come even from outside. And when you look, but let me reserve that for later. When I talk about President Cyril Ramaphosa. Then we had President Thabo Mbeki. When it was his turn, he was still the president of the people of a party, because that is very important. Because when you still enjoy full support of the political party that you belong to as the president, your burden is going to be a bit light. Most of the things that South Africans were complaining about, service delivery and all of that, things there and there, but they had this respect for President Thabo Mbeki. We didn't see much. Yes, there is a situation that is questionable, how the HIV/AIDS was handled during that time. So that always follows him. Whenever you talk about President Thabo Mbeki, that thing always follows him. But still, I still look at him and President Nelson Mandela and say they did not have it hard as President Cyril Ramaphosa is having it today. So I'm just going to play a clip of former President Thabo Mbeki that shows that he was this well-respected country. Up to this day, the speech that he delivered on that day is still loved by many people.
I am an African. I owe my being to the hills and the valleys, the mountains and the glades, the rivers, the deserts, the trees, the flowers, the seas, and the ever-changing seasons that define the face of our native land.
And we have former President Jacob Zuma. Former President Jacob Zuma still had the people's support within the ANC. He still had the backing of the African National Congress, even though at a later stage the ANC was divided into factions and a whole lot of mess happened, which resulted in what we see today. So there's this song that was sung by former President Jacob Zuma, if I believe very well. I think here it was the funeral of the late President Nelson Mandela, and former President Jacob Zuma was singing. You know the irony of this song, when I brought it here, I was like, we still didn't get to address the past issues that we are singing about here, and things remain the same for the people that are now saying they are being ill-treated in South Africa. And this is the song that, the irony of this song. I need to hear the song. I was just like, the emotions that it created in me is something else. I was like, we haven't felt like ourselves in a very, very long time. And when I hear this song, it brings the feeling of being myself. I don't know if you get me. Really, I don't know if you get me. Especially, let me just talk please guys, pardon me to South Africans that don't consider themselves to be black and the white people. I'm just going to talk to black people with this one. Doesn't that just remind you of who you are? This whole song, it doesn't just remind you, and it makes you realize that whatever we're singing about here, it has not changed. Now that one president is coming in to address such issues, and there is this whole mess that is happening now in South Africa.
Thina sizwe, thina sizwe, sikhalela, sikhalela, izwe elathathwa.
Yo, guys, yo, hey. You know, I'm feeling so many things. I don't want to even lie to you. I'm feeling so many things. Now that the President Cyril Ramaphosa is going there, where even President Nelson Mandela did not go. Now that he is going there, we see the people that have been sitting, relaxed, having not changed anything because they still have the land, they still get to ill-treat people, they are workers. I'm not talking about every other Afrikaner. I have white friends who are farmers. I have them whom I love so very much. I'm talking specifically about AfriForum. I'm talking about AfriForum. Now that they see a bit of change, they are so scared and uncomfortable to an extent that they are prepared to turn the whole country upside down for their benefit. And they, with no cares in the world, they're pushing lies everywhere. That's why I'm saying, today, let us make a decision to support President Cyril Ramaphosa, whether we agree with him politically or not. We need to support him because he's our president, all of us. That is one. And when you look at him, he has faced a lot of challenges. When he started, there was a lockdown. After lockdown, and that affected the economy of South Africa like crazy. And also the corruption that was rife. I kind of feel like, I don't know, I kind of feel like corruption is better now. I don't know, maybe I'm delulu. Please let me know in the comment section. I kind of feel like things are getting better with corruption. What I am saying now, it is the incompetence of our own leaders. I'm talking about the ANC-led government now that has put us here today, because they are taking advantage. People like AfriForum are taking advantage of the incompetence that was displayed by our own leaders through the ANC. Now it is time to clean your act up. Clean, just do things right. Don't put cadres in positions because now they are ANC cadres. They have to take care of the needs of the ANC there. Put the people that have the right skills for the department that they are heading, so that we can get somewhere. Everyone, when we wake up in the morning, we go to work. Let us understand that today, ngiya emsebenzini and xa ndifika uphansi uphangela ngendlela right. So that is what I'm saying. Let us have this excellence that we normally talk about, to say black excellence, black excellence. It cannot be through words. Let us clothe ourselves with dignity of doing things right, so that we are able to unite kakuhle and fight against the things that we are supposed to fight. And when I'm saying let us support President Cyril Ramaphosa, I'm talking about everyone that loves South Africa, who is in South Africa. Let us support. He is our president. He is facing more than any other president has ever faced in South Africa. He is. But let us forget the political parties that we belong to right now. You see me, I try by all possible means to be fair, because I'm able to criticize the party that I belong to, which is the ANC. I'm able to criticize. Let us support President Cyril Ramaphosa. And next time, should they get a chance to govern this country, Do the things right. We know your mistake. We know your bad ways. We know your horrendous ways. We have seen it. But that does not mean what AfriForum is pushing is the truth. Anyway, guys, if you watched up to here, my message is clear. Let us support President Cyril Ramaphosa, regardless of the political background. He is facing way too much than any other president has ever faced in this country. As President Cyril Ramaphosa is leading this country, he's leading at a time whereby the ANC is under 45% that they got from the elections that we're coming from. So that has resulted into some members of the ANC not liking him so much, saying that he is the worst president ever, because even the ANC has lost the majority power in this country. So we saw the decline of the ANC and the formation of MK, the MK that is challenging the ANC. And I am hoping, just because of this that is happening, that is being done by AfriForum, I am hoping that people like EFF, like MK, as former President Jacob Zuma once said, he formed MK to save the ANC. I am hoping they come together and create a very big ANC. I am there now. Don't want to lie to you. AfriForum has done something even to the people, to some of the people that considered the Democratic Alliance as the party that they could vote for. Am I saying that was bad? I'm saying as bad as it is what AfriForum did, it was eye-opening because of that marriage they have with the Democratic Alliance. So, which means whatever views the AfriForum has, part of those views are there in the Democratic Alliance, which makes the Democratic Alliance not so attractive because of that. So I pray that there shall be no fight, whatever fight that was there amongst our leaders. Now I'm talking about former President Jacob Zuma and President Cyril Ramaphosa. Let's squash that, let's bury the hatchet, let us move forward. It cannot be bigger than uniting the people of this country. And I'm talking about everyone that loves South Africa. And we have to unite. We have to start with that black unity that they are preaching. So that is me. That is me. Because I don't want to lie. We cannot afford to keep old grudges, whatever disagreements that we have. We need to think broader. We need to think about the country and be able to stand strong, because the way AfriForum is moving, and it's something in me is telling me that they still want that folk start that they were pushing, and this is the reason why we're seeing all this commotion. But I'm going to try by all possible means to find the information that is supporting my thoughts, if there is any. Because this cannot be normal. Okay, come to America as refugees, you don't want. Okay, we're giving you citizenship, you still don't want. What is it that you're looking for? I heard Krill saying they want to prosper here, right at the tip of the southern part of Africa, meaning they are not going anywhere. So what is this all noise if there isn't any other agenda of having that folk start in this country? May that thing never flourish. So anyway, guys, if you watched up to here, thank you for watching my videos. This is South Africa Lately, a channel that discusses South African trending news. We do, however, grab here and there from international news when it is trending enough to be brought here. Do have a lovely evening.
I forever remember the other time when I came to the city when a building had burnt down. I got a sense that our people were really living in terrible conditions. And we can turn that around. Those abandoned buildings where the owners have either run away should be subjected to the law we've just passed, expropriation, even without compensation. They should be turned into living accommodation. And it follows very wonderfully in the interpretation of our Constitution and the law itself. And it would be for a purpose, useful purpose for our people.